How's it going, everybody? This is a video that is very fun to make and also hotly requested basically every single day. Who are the safe characters to build and who can I slam all of my resources into that is going to give me the most bang for my buck? So in this video, we're going to break down the characters that are currently in the game that will maintain their value for the entire calendar year. That's right. I am saying that for this year, 2024, the characters you're about to see will have use for the entire calendar year all the way up till January 1st, 2025. Let's get into it. Hope you enjoy this video. Build up these characters and you will crush your opponents in War, Crucible. You'll own some raids. It's going to be good for Dark Dimensions. You're not going to want to miss this. Skrull, yeah, of course, build Skrull. Wait, of course, guys, it's Skrull. He's got the stupidest mechanic in the game, where he's gaining speed bar for every single buff or debuff that's thrown out there. This character will never not be relevant, because he can also do a 60% speed bar reduction. He gets defense up and safeguard on his basic, and his ultimate annihilates people. Of course, if you don't have Skrull yet, you may not understand the pain of facing Skrull, but eventually you will. Once you get him unlocked, it doesn't matter what else you're going on. Build him up, enjoy him. He's going to be the best thing in the game until Mephisto comes and probably has a line in his kit that says, no speed bar manipulation for either side, just be regular, alright? I assume Mephisto's going to have that in his kit. The next character is Apocalypse, so if people are telling you to don't worry about unlocking Apocalypse, don't listen to those people. That's wrong, okay? Apocalypse, Empowered Apocalypse, is going to be crucial to your success in War and in Crucible. Is he going to help you in Raids anymore? No. Is Raids the only game mode you care about? Why are you watching me then? I don't care about Raids. They're boring. Once you build a team up, you're done with it, okay? That's not entirely true. There's some fun you can have with Raids, with the new Extreme team, and with the Hive Mind team, and trying to build the teams together until the full team is out. Yes, you can have some fun with that. But I digress. Apocalypse is going to be amazing forever, basically. Not just 2024. 2025, he's going to be around as well. Because he has this crazy move where he gets 100% speed bar and then he Falcon Punches you for at minimum 60% of your maximum life, killing through death proofs. Yeah, Apocalypse is a safe build. Build him up. Get him to 100 as soon as you hit level 100, which apparently is coming out on January 22nd. Of course, regular plebs like us, we're going to have to wait 3 months while we level from 95 to 100 on the accounts. But once you get there, he's a character you want to bring up with you. The new Extreme XMen team. Yeah, you're going to want to put every single thing you can into these guys because they won't work in the raids without it. And also, they're great in War and Crucible. Nightcrawler is probably a top 5, if not a top 3 character right now, right underneath Apocalypse and Skrull, which is kind of crazy. Over Kang? Possibly. Quite possibly, especially since he flexes into all the modes. But these guys, they're going to need all the investment they can get for even their own game mode being in raids because there is a resistance issue right now. I'm kind of assuming levels 95 to 100 are going to be chock full of focus for your characters, but you're going to need to invest in them to get them up to level 100. So do that. They're also amazing in Crucible and in War. On the defensive side, they are causing people catastrophic nightmares. The value of teams in Crucible is much shorter than in War, though. But because these guys flexed over to War in a very meaningful way, they had to make the tippy top of this list. Then we got the Secret Defenders. We got Robbie Reyes. So I'm actually ranking these guys from left to right as the most important. Black Cat is not the most important Secret Defender. Robbie Reyes is going to have way more value for a way longer time than will Black Cat, simply because he's got a passive similar to Skrull. Whenever a bleed is applied, he's getting speed bar, and he's like, yo, I'm going to kill your entire team now. You like those buffs? They're mine. You don't want to be ability blocked? You are. You don't want to die? You're dead. He's an amazing character. So Robbie Reyes is going to be future-proof for at least the calendar year 2024. Black Cat is also going to be an amazing character in her own right. In all modes, these guys are going to be great, right? Black Cat with the turn 1 stun that has trauma on it. That's why Nova's trash compared to Black Cat, is because of the trauma that is applied with the stun. Black Cat's going to have some value plug and play in Crucible and in War no matter what for the year 2024. Hard Light, I threw in here so you nerds don't have aneurysms. I don't like Hard Light, but people seem to think that she's the next big thing, so I put her up there. All right, we got Superior 6 next. Green Goblin, very similar to Black Cat, but his speed's 128. He's got a turn meter rewind. Or he can put trauma out there as well if people don't have any kind of buffs, right? So that's very impactful. Now, his Turn Meter Rewind is pretty meaningless without his team, but with his team, it's bonkers. Speaking of his team, they had to make this list too. They are the newest fad in Marvel Strike Force right now. The thing is, these guys flex to both War and Crucible in crazy ways, and in Crucible, they will actually be around to the end of the year. That I could promise you. Whether it be on defense or offense, we will still be using them by the end of 2024. So we got Kraven in there. I think he's the second most important member. Spider Slayer, I think, is actually the third most important because he can flex to a solo war team where he's used to kill Big Time Spider-Man in one hit. If you haven't seen the video I did with Scotty on that, make sure you go check it out. And then Lizard, because he is a brick wall and he's kind of leading the charge for the team. You want him big. You want him to make sure he's stealing all those buffs. So bigger the better. He had to make this list as well. Pegasus members. Now, I think the full Pegasus team is going to be safe for the entire year, but the reason I didn't put all 5 of them on is because I don't think you need to build all 5 of them. I think Castro's plug-and-play value is insane in War and Crucible, and I think you're going to start seeing Iron Man Infinity War getting a lot more love as well. He already is in certain Crucible matches where he's just increasing the damage from Castro. But here's the thing. If they don't die to the Castro pings before Iron Man's turn, and he gets to take a turn, he blasts people to absolute smithereens. So as soon as you can get this guy farmed up, farm him up, build him up as high as you possibly can. Kang. Kang is going to be a great plug-and-play character. He's kind of the figurehead of his team. The rest of his team, they're very good. They're very impactful in Crucible. But at the end of the day, it comes down to, will you Kang bang the enemy? So you need him. He's also great in War. Really useful with a Kang Doom combo against full Nowhere team, or Kang Weaver against the Infestation team if you need to do that because you're not building up Spider Slayer because you're still a non-believer. Just an amazing character, definitely somebody you're going to want to put all of your possible investments into. Juggernaut. Now here's the perfect time to talk about the elephant in the room, and that's shards. Hey Dorky, like how am I supposed to get Superior 6 shards? How am I supposed to get Secret Defender shards? How am I supposed to get Juggernaut shards? I don't care about the star level of these characters. Because they already said that characters are going to be farmable at a faster rate, your Secret Defender should get all your gear, all your gold, all your T4s until they hit the max, and then you just wait, the shards flood in, okay? Juggernaut is the exact same. He is such an amazing character. You want him at the highest gear tier. You want him to have ISO 5. You want him to have his T4s, okay? Get off your butt and invest in Juggernaut now. Hopefully it's not going to be till Halloween, but if you do only have a 2-star Juggernaut, maybe put him further down this list. But he is an amazing character. His value in War will not only last through 2024, it'll last through 2025, probably 2026. Because if we follow the trend where we're getting a zombie character every Halloween, then the former becomes farmable. Run, don't walk. Undying's going to be an amazing team for a long time. Whenever you're using the enemy's power against them, or you're doing insane percentile damage, there's a good chance those characters are going to be around for a long time. All right, Quicksilver comes in next. Yeah, I know we got a lot of Dark Promotion characters here, so it's a little hard on who to invest in first. But if you have Quicksilver at 7, Juggernaut at 2, put more red stars with Quicksilver. Obviously, use your head. I'm just here to look pretty. But Quicksilver is going to be an amazing investment. He's a one-man wrecking crew with Charge Strip. That's going to make him a pretty unique character, at least to this list, because Silver Surfer's garbage. His ultimate, putting debuffs out there and just crushing people, taking 2 turns at once, stripping buffs. He's just an amazing character. Speed bar rewind. He cannot be speed bar rewind. He's going to be a phenomenal character all through the year 2024. He might become a utensil as opposed to the fork. Like he might be the spoon instead of the fork at some point, where he's supporting some other amazing character to do their job. But right now, he's getting it done. He'll probably be doing that all the way up until the summer 2024, where he can become a support character. Tangled Web. They literally have to write into every new team's kit, get extra accuracy because of Spider Weaver and 2099. However, because it's only 2 characters, they will maintain their value. Similar to the way the Eternals have maintained their value since like 2022. These guys are going to be amazing. All right. It's fine. They have speed up on spawn. They can give slow. They can give defense down. They give a trauma stun. We talked about Black Cat, but Weaver's coming in a bit slower if she's alone, but faster if she's with 2099. So there's a lot of value in this team still. This team is not going anywhere because it's not a full 5-person team like Unlimited was, or like War Dogs is, or like New Warriors is. They will probably outlast those teams, as you'll be able to plug and play them into a support role instead of as the main damage role, but they're still going to do damage in their own right, which is why you'll be happy that in January 2024, you listen to Dorky Dad, you invested in these guys, all right? Because you're going to love it by December 2024. Here we go. We got new warriors coming in next. Now, you just want to do these two. It's really important for Gwenpool to survive. I have this flip-flopped. I should have Firestar here, Gwenpool over here. It's fine. They're both amazing characters, all right? Gwenpool, you need her to survive. Otherwise, Deathpool is not getting her charges. So just by that merit alone, she makes this list. But also her permakill and her ultimate, if she's built up high, the damage is insane. This character, they've been throwing shards at you. Run, don't walk. She's an amazing Crucible character. But her value does stop at Crucible. Firestar, on the other hand, she has great value in Dark Dimension because she can be paired with that Robbie Reyes with all those bleeds, all right? So Dark Dimension 7 for City, I'm still kind of eyeballing her a little bit because of the use in Dark Dimension, because of the use in Crucible, and because she's mutant. She kind of gets a little bit of hippo eyes from me. She might still be that girl. But for now, and for all 2024, New Warriors are still going to be a fantastic team. With Turn Meter Rewind, her feeding off that Cloak passive, and just the damage she does, she's still going to be around. Yeah, they will still be a Crucible team in one way or another. By the end of 2024, it may be more in the War Dogs current state, whereas you see a certain team and you default back to the good old days where you got to use your New Warriors, but they will still be getting their use. Not in War, though. They're going to suck in War. Icarus, he just refuses to go away. He keeps flying so close to the sun and then getting smacked down. But this character, when used with Cersei, with the buff flip, with the Turn Meter Rewind, similar to the way Tangled Web, they may not be that guy anymore. He may not be one-shotting people, getting double taps, beating teams in one turn anymore. But he's still now a utensil. Now, you got to pair him with Cersei, but Cersei doesn't need that investment. Icarus gets that investment because he can do the damage. You do need him to land the flips. If he's hitting the blocks on the special, he will send people to the Shadow Realm. So Icarus is going to be a great investment still for the rest of this year. And who knows, we might be getting more Eternal characters at some point. If we do, I expect them to be more along the lines of like Polaris and Multiple Man. Well, they'll make the Eternals the next best war team, but not in Crucible, right? So we'll see how that goes. I'm pretty sure we're going to be getting some Eternal Love at some point. Red Hulk. Now, Red Hulk, basically for his use in War alone, should make this list, but I also foresee a planet where we're going to be seeing some Red Hulk Apocalypse action. So Red Hulk is still very much worth your investment. Is he worth your Dark promos? Probably not until your Juggernaut and your Quicksilver are maxed out, maybe even your Apocalypse at this point. Skrull is eventually going to be DPC promotable, right? So you're going to have to keep an eye out for all those first. But Red Hulk definitely going to get a nod here. And you got to remember, we have that new survival mode coming, the Tower Kyle, Clint, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it Kyle, all right? So shut up, Kyle. It's going to be a really good character. So Red Hulk, he's going to be a legendary tag. We did see in the data mine there's a legendary tag spot. You can pair him with some other horsemen. He's going to give them speed bar while removing enemy speed bar. He's got that devastating ult that can do trauma flip buffs. He's a very impactful character. Plug and play value is going to be there. Just remember, without the Gamma team and not in War, super squishy. So you got to be careful with that. But yeah, very, very valuable character. Definitely going to be usable for the rest of 2024. Nova, struggled with this one, all right? The Nowhere team, just by definition of being a War team, will be used for this entire calendar year. The problem is Nova is the only character that matters on that team, and so if you're not super into War, this will be a hard pass for you. Definitely not worth your Dark promos if that's the case. But Nova and the Nowhere team, if you have them fully built, they'll see play through all of 2024. Morgan, that's right, Darkhold making the list. Let's go. Shout out to Morgan. Morgan Le Fay for the same reason I just talked about with Red Hulk, okay? We saw the Global Mystic section. We saw the Legendary section. We know that there's going to be DD7 options out there. Morgan is an amazing character for all of that. I see her kind of falling completely out of the War meta and out of the Crucible meta very soon. Crucible meta, she's already out, right? But as a plug-and-play character, she could start seeing some love. If you already got her at 7 red stars because she was the first one to get introduced into that system, then she's going to be very safe to build up to 100. Make sure she's geared to 18. You're going to get good value out of this character for at least this year. After this year, I'm not talking about after this year. Dorm Doom, hey, hate to tell you this, but for Mephisto, you know there's going to be this whole mythic section. Congratulations, you had to build Dorm and Doom. Moving on. All right, now we got more Sinister Six members. Now, this is just for you warheads, okay? Now, that's not entirely true because Vulture can have great use in Crucible whenever you see an enemy or heroes that have speed up, not just the hero part, sorry. Whenever you see an enemy team that has speed up on spawn, Vulture should come to your mind to pair with your superior 6 members that you already built up way higher. But also, if it's a team full of heroes, he's going to get a lot of speed bar there too. If he ever gets to start with his ultimate, like he currently does in Crucible, well, he gets to do a rewind right away. And they've actually leaned into that whole ultimates can be used turn 1, 3 seasons now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a return of that type of a room eventually. But Vulture is a very, very good character. He's good in all those modes, so he definitely gets the nod here. Mysterio to a little bit of a lesser extent, but only because Apocalypse right now is kind of an offensive tool. When Apocalypse starts defaulting to defense, then your Mysterio with some superior 6 members could be that counter you need to edge out a lot of war attacks, a lot of Crucible attacks, so he had to make this list here. He's a phenomenal character. I like that they didn't change his functionality and instead changed the text of his kit, so he's doing that in all modes. Really, really good character. Good Dark Dimension 6 option for you guys as well. Vol. I hate the Bifrost team, okay? Because it's so powerful that it crushes the raids without needing to be super built. Val does spearhead that, but you don't need a maxed out Val to do that. However, Val is so good in Dark Dimension that when I think about the Mephisto Dark Dimension coming down the pike eventually, Val's going to be there. She's going to be in that cosmic section. Without her, it's going to be a pain. Maybe Bifrost can survive another raid tier. I doubt it. I think they'd be the first ones out next raid tier. But maybe it'll be like the Invader situation now, where they're out at the very end. So we do need to like lean on them a little bit. That's a weird one. But yeah, Val for Dark Dimension. She makes this list. Everywhere else kind of trash. But who knows? We got new Crucible rooms coming. Maybe we'll see like a Cosmic Heroes get their raid tags. Wouldn't that be fun? Ooh-wee. All right, now we got Rogue. Rogue is here simply because, the same thing Morgan and Red Hulk. I'm thinking about that Kyle Tower. I'm thinking about her plug-and-play potential right now. She does have new life because of Nightcrawler in Crucible and in War. She tingles a little bit, right? Like, her turn 1 special is devastating. Her ultimate is crazy. I don't think she's going to fall off for the rest of this year. But she's walking a tightrope right now. But her damage does warrant building her up. So she did have to make this list. All right, now we're looking at war teams. Listen, war teams, they just last longer. They just do. The new Avengers, Tiger, Ronin, and Thing, if you're using them on offense or defense, you will be for this entire year, probably all of 2025. Think of Weapon X right now. Weapon X still gets play. Weapon X is like a 40-year-old team at this point. They basically have a mortgage. They got RSPs they're paying into. Like, Weapon X is old and dusty, and they still get play. So you know new Avengers are going to make it quite a while. And same thing with P-Force down here, but if you're not using Photon, if your alliance is making you use full Secret Defenders for whatever dumb reason, then forget about A-Force. They're not going to last 2024. But if you're able to use Photon there for the designated P-Force, if you are able to feel the strength of P-Force, then you are definitely going to want to invest in both Photon and Spider-Woman to spearhead that team and absolutely crush your enemies. That's going to be it, guys. There's like 30 characters on this list, but these are the only characters currently in-game that I know are going to be amazing through all of 2024. So I hope you enjoy this list. I hope it's going to help you crush your enemies like I'm going to crush all my enemies this year, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Until later, well, until later, just get out of here. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.